Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and to part 2 of this paint with me exploration that we've kind of been diving into, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying this series. I realize that it definitely is going to take a minute and I'm not even necessarily close to finishing. I'm definitely a lot closer, but I know I also have quite a bit of work to go in the sense of like I still have the hair to do. I gotta finish the eyes and kind of just to finish all those small details, but I definitely have made some good progress today. And once this video is up and you guys are watching it, I'm going to be doing even more progress and painting and trying to kind of see where this goes and have fun with it. And it's been really enjoyable. I definitely never really give myself enough time to do acrylic paintings like this because, as I'm sure you guys have even just noticed from these two small videos, that like it takes some hefty time, and I have some cut out some stuff, not really a whole lot, just some of the unnecessary like moments where I'm either painting off camera because I don't realize it, or I'm just doing simple like background cleanup or cleanup around certain areas, little stuff that like doesn't necessarily like get seen because it doesn't take long enough in the video. So when I speed things up, you don't really see that progress. So a lot of times I just don't record it. And it also helps too because there are times where I approach the picture when I don't necessarily have my phone set up or anything, and I'm like, oh, I just want to clean this up really quick while I see it. Otherwise, there's no way I'm going to remember that's something I wanted to do when I actually sit down to paint. And I'm sure that there are some of you have experienced that kind of aspect, but I've just been really enjoying the kind of just sit down and calm approach to this. And when I started painting today, I wasn't sure at first. I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it at first or anything along those lines. And I was like, no, like I gotta push through it. Like, let's sit down and paint because it's just a nice day to paint. And it was super cloudy out. I mean, it's still kind of cloudy out because there was a huge storm that hit earlier today because that's Florida. It just kind of hits. So it kind of worked out actually because over the last couple days, when looking at the painting and not really doing anything and kind of just getting ideas and thinking of what I wanted to add next in my head, I had thought about how I wanted to do clouds in the background and change up the background because while I like the background and I like the way that it was, at the same time, like it didn't really feel like what I wanted exactly, and it wasn't really, to me, it didn't really make the character pop as much as I wanted. So it's kind of where changing up the background and adding the clouds kind of came into play, and I feel like it adds a good bit more just because adding those clouds in the background really kind of lightened up certain spots. And I still have another set of clouds that I want to do on the like bottom left hand corner of this painting. And a big part of that is like with adding the clouds, I feel like it lightens up certain aspects of the background to really make the dense character work and color of her stand out that much more because it lightens up, and it's going to get even more kind of lightened up and busy in a sense, but I'm hoping that even with it being busy, it will still help the character pop because I do plan on adding just a bunch of stars into the background and maybe a little crescent moon somewhere. Actually, there is going to be a little crescent moon somewhere. I just haven't decided where. But just kind of creating that busy, lighter background helps her solid figure in the foreground really stand out. And even like with all that I've done so far, a lot of what you saw at the beginning was me working on like the really adding the deeper shadows to her face and everything. Like I still have quite a bit to go in the eyes, in the sense of like I have down the base layer of the color, as you can see, is this yellowish orange, but I still, like, even looking at just the way the eyes are now, I hesitate because I'm like, do I even like that color that I chose for the eyes? Because I haven't done any additional work to it just yet. It still needs the shadows. It still needs the, like, iris to the pupil. Like, I really need to kind of create the dimension of the actual eye itself, not just the outlying eye that's already kind of finished. So it's definitely got more work to do. I think so far my favorite for painting has been the clouds, because I've never painted clouds before. Although I have really enjoyed kind of seeing where this painting has continued to grow and progress, because even just adding the extra bit of harsh shadow in her face from the beginning of this video, like, it really made a lot more of her pop, I feel, and really came together. And I did actually take some of that yellow from her eye and put it in one of her horns, same thing, you know what I mean, right? Adding some of that yellow into the horn that I was working on, like highlighting and shadowing, just kind of to build up the dimension, especially because it's right against the face, gave it kind of this green glowy hue in a sense, where there's still a lot of yellow to it, but I actually really like the way that kind of came together. So I'm definitely probably going to do something similar with the other horn, and I'm hoping that it will blend well with the hair color that I have chosen. Now, an additional thing that I do plan on kind of fixing, and you guys won't see it now, but you'll notice it probably in the next video, is there's this piece of hair next to her right, our left on the canvas shoulder that comes out, and it kind of does this little spiral. And while I always love kind of adding that flowy hair, I'm actually like, the more that I look at the piece, the more I plan on just chopping that off completely and blending that in with the background and get rid of it, to kind of just really create the silhouette with everything being below her shoulders. More so is like the clouds, the background, and then like the arrow, because the arrow I still want to kind of pop out. So trying to kind of plan the color that I want for the like Ouija head effect for the arrow is something that I am kind of working out and trying to see how it's going to come together. But everything has kind of been piecing itself slowly, and I really hope that you guys have been enjoying this series. How is everything going for all of you who are staying at home? I know it's crazy, especially if you're a little bit more extroverted. I am definitely like more of an introvert. I do love talking with people, and I'm great when I'm like at work and I'm doing customer service and everything along those lines. But honestly, like, it's been a breath of fresh air being able to stay home. And it took a little bit of getting used to, because I was so used to like going to work and being busy and everything. So that's different. But I mean, I also really love making videos for you guys and kind of sitting here and talking to you all about my process and kind of what goes through my heads and my random ramblings about random items of artistic flavor that I decided to throw in. And it's been a lot of fun getting creative again and having something even new to explore, because I mean, I have the time to explore something new, and I have loved painting. I'm definitely not a painter necessarily, but I am trying to be. I'm trying to get good at it, and I would love to do more acrylic paintings. And if you would like to see more videos of different acrylic paintings, I would absolutely love to do that. Obviously, it's just one that I have to kind of break up into parts. So I also want to kind of look at getting an actual like easel so I can set up a little better, so that I can record a little easier for you guys. I do have a tripod that can hold my phone for recording that can stand as tall as I am, at least, so about 6 feet. So it's something where if I had a proper easel, not just this, I have like this giant table easel, which is fantastic because I have rather large canvases that I'm working on. But at the same time, like it takes up so much space that the only place I can work on is my like kitchen table, especially getting like the right lighting. So I feel like it's a little more awkward, but I'm trying to make it work, you know, trying to come together and create this video for y'all. But it's been a lot of fun, and it's, you know, been different. So what have you guys been trying or exploring, or have you been trying something new or doing something different, being that you were stuck at home? I would love to find out and hear what you guys have all been up to, even if you're just playing video games or reading books or finding different ways of being creative. I think that's been like the really fun and kind of interesting thing, is seeing how much stuff like almost like TikTok has been exploding because people have been stuck at home trying to find creative ways to entertain themselves, especially when you have more of the extroverts being stuck at home. Just remember to stay home and stay safe, guys. You are all amazing, and I appreciate you all so much. Don't forget that, you know, you're wonderful, and I really wish the best for you guys. I know that it can be hard staying at home and not having anywhere to go, but we're all here for each other, so don't be afraid to reach out, all right? Take it easy, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.